What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's vid will be covering a Destiny 2 Beyond Light / Season of the Hunt weapon called the Hailing Confusion. Now, first on how to obtain this pulse rifle, since it is Beyond Light exclusive, you can get it from Europa. I believe is probably the main place to get it, since it is one of the first drops you get from Varix. And you can also get it from completing Varix's weekly thing, the Master Nightfall hunts, and doing some of the what are they? Like some of those really high tier, high value targets that are there too. It can come from a variety of places, but mainly on Europa. This kinetic pulse rifle falls into the adaptive frame archetype, which is a well-rounded grip, reliable and sturdy. This also compares to weapons like the Last Perdition and the Xion 7 rifle, which are both energy adaptive frame pulse rifles. Let's first talk about PvE. To be honest, there's a lot of weapons you can use in something like PvE, but my main question here is that are there any perks in here that are viable for that type of thing? So let's pull up the perk pool here. Obviously, barrel doesn't really matter. Magazine, obviously you could do something like high cal rounds for that flinch factor, or something like armor piercing rounds to pierce some, extended mag, or appended mag for that extra magazine size. Again, it doesn't 100% matter here. To be honest, I just want to look at the trait column perk. So trait column number 1, looks like we have... Outlaw wouldn't be too bad. You get a headshot, you get very fast reload speed. They say slideways. Slideways really isn't that good in my opinion. Firmly planted Zen moment, mainly for PvP. Surplus wouldn't be bad. Increases handling, reload speed, and stability for each fully charged ability. Which, you know, I think the main thing here would be having that reload speed so you can continue to destroy ads. But again, I think probably the top one here is Outlaw. And then trait column number 2. Out of all these, I think the top 2 that you'd want is Demolitionist. Kills with this weapon generate grenade energy. Activating your grenade ability reloads the weapon from reserves. So if you're rocking a grenade build, maybe this is something that is viable to you. Or you have the new perk here, which is Wellspring. Kills with this weapon generate ability energy. This energy is divided between your uncharged abilities. So let's say your grenade is the only thing that's not charged. Well, all the energy goes to that. But let's say your class ability, melee, and grenade are all uncharged. It'll get divided in between those 3 until each are back up to full ability charge. None of the other trait column number 2 perks are very viable in something like PvE. So again, this thing, not really made for damage, but it can be usable if you're trying to go for either a grenade build or just ability regen in general. I know there's a lot of builds out there with Wellspring when it comes to the new stasis abilities and rocking some of the old subclass ones like the, Voidwalker, Attunement of Hunger, and being able to have the Devour perk procced all the time, and then a couple of other subclasses as well. Next, let's go over PvP. This is where the barrels and the magazine can come a little more into play. So since this pulse rifle is a little slower firing, it can hit a little more range than something like a lightweight or a rapid frame, but not as far as something like a high impact. So in my opinion, there's either 2 routes you can go. Number 1, you can go for the vertical recoil route, or number 2, you can specifically go for the ranged route. Vertical recoil wise, you either want arrowhead break or something like chamber compensator. For the range stuff, you either want hammer forge rifling, in my opinion, maybe something like extended barrel, or something like full bore for the range. Maybe if you want stability, you could go with polygonal rifling, but I think a lot of people end up going for the vertical recoils to make sure that every time you shoot, it shoots straight up and down, right? So magazine wise, personally, I would do number 1 pick ricochet rounds, because it increases your range and stability and allows your bullets to bounce off of walls. And then maybe the second one would be high cal rounds, so you can actually flinch your target, which would be very nice. I would say a backup to that would be light mag. Let's look at trait column number 1 real quick. You got a couple of good options here, to be honest. Surplus, I hear Surplus is amazing in PvP. I haven't really got a good weapon that can use Surplus viably in something like PvP, but I've seen people use it and it's crazy. Outlaw, obviously a solid choice as well. You get the headshot, very fast reload speed. Firmly planted is an interesting choice. Mine came with firmly planted. Basically, if you crouch, you get an increase to accuracy, stability, and handling when you are crouched. So it's a nice perk. Also, Zen moment, causing damage increases the weapon stability. So you do have a couple of good options here. I do not know which one is the best. It depends on your playstyle, but to be honest, Surplus, firmly planted, and Zen moment all give you increases to the stats of the weapon. Outlaw just gives you the very fast reload speed on the headshot. Now, if you're using something like pulse rifle reloader, maybe Outlaw isn't something that you really need. Let's look at trait column number 2. I would say the number 1 pick here is Quick Draw. That's what mine came with, firmly planted and Quick Draw. Quick Draw basically gives you a mini snapshot and allows you to pull out the weapon very quickly. So it does feel a little snappier for, I would say, a slower firing type weapon, which is very nice. I would say something like Wellspring would also come in handy as well. Even though I said it is good for PvE, but also for PvP as well, in case you want to get those abilities back faster. If you are going to mainly be using a primary weapon, which I understand right now, it's like all Fellwinters. Like, I get it, trust me. And being able to have those abilities back faster is very, very nice. And then maybe full auto trigger, just so you don't have to worry about like pressing the button. I know some people have an issue with that. To be honest, I don't think it's that big of a problem. But maybe full auto trigger would be third. Maybe a tie with that is something like Elemental Capacitor, which increases the weapon stats based on the subclass. So if you're Solar, it's reload speed, arc, handling, and void stability. So if you're rocking a void subclass, for example, this pulse rifle gets more stability, which I think is what most people opt for. So again, you do have a good amount of PvP options. It just depends on how you want to play. Personally, my 100% pick here would probably be something like Arrowhead Break with ricochet rounds. Then maybe something like, damn, this is hard. Choosing between Surplus, Firmly Planted, and Zen Moment is hard. I'd probably do Firmly Planted again. And then I would 100% pick Quick Draw. Maybe not Quick Draw if you're going to be doing something like Elemental Capacitor. The only reason is because if you do Firmly Planted and Elemental Capacitor and you're on something like Spectral Blades, you get the headshot while crouched, you get the see-through. Like, you get to see the enemies through walls. You know what I mean. Overall, good pulse rifle for both PvE and PvP, just no extra damage dealing perks like Rampage, Swashbuckler, Kill Clip, or Multi-Kill Clip. So again, this isn't one of these weapons that can do more damage after you get the kill, mostly be used for builds or consistency.
Alright guys, looks like we're at the end of the video. Just wanted to cover 3 things with you. Number 1, about support. If you're looking for the #1 best way to support me, there's a link below that'll take you to a 4-minute video that I made a while ago. If you want to go watch that, that'd be awesome. If not, it's definitely not going to hurt my feelings. You can also subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, follow me on social media with the links below, and all that great jazz. Number 2, regarding social media, I have a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and a few others. If you would like to keep up to date on Destiny 2 related content, be sure to use those links below to find me on those platforms. And number 3, going over the clan, if you're looking to join my clan, we have some spots open on all platforms. We're looking for active players and community members in the Destiny community. And typically, we like to play casual PvE and PvP a majority of the time. I'm definitely all about that solo grind, but I'm willing to definitely play with people in the community, like definitely willing to do that. If you're looking to join, there's a link to the clan page on the Bungie.net site below, and all you have to do is request to join, and I'll approve it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time.